there, y'all. This is going to be crazy because I got the camera over here and the computer over there. But I guess I'll just ignore that for now, hoping I'm in the middle of the camera. So, hey, everybody. This is Rainey from the Woolly Llama Shop, and I am back. I have reclaimed my sewing room, my embroidery shop, if you will. And I am ready to do lives again and do videoing from in here. And anyway, so long story, but my son moved back to Missouri. So I got my shop back. I'm sad because I miss him, but I'm excited because I got my shop back. It was hard to video with an extra person in the house. You know, not that I mind videoing in front of people, but hey there, Joy. Good morning. My chat is back here and my video's over here. So, and I'm going to be busy here in just a minute. I'm going to do some machine maintenance this morning and kind of walk through the process of what it takes for me to do, you know, stitch out a design for you guys. Kind of. I mean, you know, anyway, machine maintenance first. So I may not answer things in the chat. So if anybody, right now it's just Joy, but if people will help in the chat while I'm busy, I'm going to try to keep everything in frame. I don't have the best video set up, but at least I have a video set up, right? Hey, good morning, Joanne. Everything's going great. I was just saying Jacob moved back to Missouri, so I've got my embroidery shop back. Anyway, so I'm going to get started with the machine maintenance. I'm going to turn you guys around for the machine. So this is my smartstitch 5000. I've had it for a little over a year now, 15 needles. And I'm going to just do the maintenance, and then I'm going to walk you through stitching and design and try to keep an eye in the chat. Hey, Miss Bella. That's not your name, but I forget what your name is. And Louise. All right, I got a whole bunch of people in here. So I'm going to get started with the maintenance right fast. And hope you guys can hear me as I'm moving around the room. Sorry about the scrape of my chair. I need to get my rolly chair back in here. But so when I start with machine maintenance, I have little holes that I have to oil all the way around the machine. I start back here in the back, and I just have like a machine oil that I put in them in the holes. And it's been a hot minute since I've done this because I've had so many orders. And if you guys get sick easy from the motion, I'll try to take it easy on the camera. So what's everybody up to this morning? Saturday morning here, about 10:40 or 9:40 a.m. I know some of you are in across the pond in England and other places. Let's see. That one right there. Okay. That's right. It's Christina. That's right. It's been a minute since I've watched anybody's videos, and let's see. I've got my little bag of tools here that I'm going to take. I'm going to be working in that little spot right there. Yay, good job on that second pair of socks. I'm still working on both pairs of my socks. I do a little bit on one pair and then I do a little bit on the other pair. And that's kind of like my main project is my socks. I try to keep that at the forefront of my life so I don't, I'm determined on those socks. I am so very determined. I am going to get them done. Yeah, Jacob drove home through that storm. He neither one of us checked the weather before he left yesterday, and he made it okay, but he drove through that storm and he was like, "Yeah, that was kind of scary." But he had to get home to his dad, so his dad needed him. Oh, to be young and free and just drop everything you're doing to just pick up and go. Wow. Sorry for you guys that had the storms last night. We didn't get anything here, just some rain. Just rain. It doesn't even hardly thunder here. I mean, occasionally, but you know, I don't. Since I moved to Texas, I don't hear too much thunder. I just, you know, it's mostly the train that's like right next door to my house, and I have to, when I hear it, it's like, is that the train or is that thunder? And it's usually the train. But occasionally we get some really good thunder. So yeah, I wish I could get this down. Like, okay, camera's gonna be moving. If you get sick, be on your beware here. So see all that in there? That is you. That's you. But that's back behind the cutter. And so see, this is, well, this is the cutter right in here. And so when it trims, it just like throws it back there. So that's why I have to do maintenance and get all that stuff cleaned out. And so I just take my little brushes and I clean. I wonder if oh, I do have it in here. There. Gonna get loud for just a second, guys. Sorry. So I just, it's a little air. We got it to clean the computer, like blow the computer fans, but I mean, it's this is to replace air duster. And we got it off Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, or I don't even have a link. My husband got it. So, but it works really well to blow this little piece out right in here because it collects all the fuzz. I wonder where Amy is this morning because Amy is the one that's totally fascinated by this machine. Hold on. Oh, please. Somebody's on my, oh. 1 second, y'all. Hello? Hello? Hey, what's up? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, we, yeah, I'm doing a YouTube live right now, and they were just talking about the storm. So, yeah. Yep. So you 100% drove through a tornado. Oh, okay. So it started raining so hard that I could see the road in front of me, and I saw the clouds earlier. And I'm like, man, hold on just a second. Hold on. Do you mind if I put you on speaker and you can talk to my YouTube friends or no? about your storm experience? Okay. All right, guys. This is Jacob. I'm going to put him on speaker. He's going to talk about going through the tornado last night. He did drive through a tornado. So, all right, go ahead, Jacob.
All right. So I was driving through Oklahoma into Missouri, and I looked at some clouds like off to I think the east. I was like, man, those look pretty bad. I was talking to somebody on the phone. I was like, man, those look pretty bad. It's like, I grew up in Tornado Alley. Like, I know what bad clouds look like. And they were like, no, it's just a fake storm. They sometimes they look worse than they are. But later on, after I got off the phone with him, I was driving through. I was close to the Arkansas, Missouri, like Oklahoma border. And it started raining so hard that I couldn't see the road in front of me.
Yeah.
And there was like pea-sized hail.
Wow.
And I was tempted to stop, and I was like, no, I think if I stop, it's going to be really bad. But yeah, it was. I'm trying to think. I think I was near Grove, Oklahoma, is about where I was.
Yeah.
Probably a couple miles like into Oklahoma away from Grove, not towards Missouri.
Yeah. Well, you weren't too far from Seneca then.
Yeah. I don't know how bad it got in Seneca. I know it rained all night after I got to Seneca.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was every car around me slowed. The speed limit was about 75 where I was.
Yeah.
And every car slowed down to about 40 miles an hour, and they all turned their hazards on.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it safe.
Oh yeah, me too. But yeah, I called my friend this morning. He's like, yeah, my brother looked at it, and he's like, 100% you drove through a tornado.
Yeah, it was really bad last night. It was really bad. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to take you off speaker now.
All right.
Okay, so anything else? Because I'm still doing a live. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting me know you're safe, and I'll call you after I get done. Okay? All right. Love you, son.
Love you too, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was my Jacob. He wow. He just drove through a tornado last night. But, anyway, he's safe and he's in Missouri again, so. Okay, so I got all that done. I'm going to put it back together. This is always the hardest part. This is where I drop screws and I cuss. And so if y'all have tender ears, you might want to block your ears if you see me drop a screw. No, I try not to cuss while I'm on YouTube. I try. Doesn't always work, but I try. So, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of the minor maintenance. I just oil everything and, that. But, I mean, when I have to do a major maintenance, like all of this in the back has to come out and we have to, like, put lithium grease in it and it really stinks. And I don't like my machine for about a week because it smells really bad. But those are the breaks. Sometimes you gotta, yeah, sometimes you just gotta. I try to save that part for when my husband's home so he can do it. Because once that smell gets up your nose, ugh, yuck. I actually did it this time without dropping any screws. I think I tried to do this on video one other time before and I ended up dropping screws and it was a mess. Okay, so I got it back together. And thank you. Hey, good morning, Sam. So I clean the machine probably about once a week or so, depending on how much it gets ran and how many little stops and starts it does. If I can do a long design without stops and starts, sometimes I can go 10 days. But it just, you saw that buildup back in here. So, it's mostly keeping that cleaned out because it won't cut properly if it gets backed up in there. So the project I have picked today that I'm going to show y'all how to do, or that I'm showing y'all, is on black. So I'm going to refill the bobbin with black. And this just isn't any regular bobbin. It's got a little corkscrew on the top. I don't know. If you do sewing machines, it's like a regular bobbin, except this has got the corkscrew. So, and it just fits in like a regular bobbin. Then I trim it off. I was going to try to show y'all how I hoop things, but the hooping station is in the other room, so I just had to hoop it before I came in here, doing it on a black canvas bag. This is just one that I just arbitrarily picked. It's not an order. I don't have any orders right at the moment. So I figured today would be a good day to just do a project that I wanted to do. It kind of goes along with our spring theme. It is a mushroom. It's called Enchanted Garden Mushroom. And I think it's something like 33,000 stitches. Yeah, 33,000 stitches. Almost 33,100 stitches. Uses 8 colors. This is the sheet that I use when I pick my colors to put them on the machine. You're getting the whole backstage pass today. So uses 8 different colors, which is no problem because I usually always have one on the machine, white on the machine. I usually always have white and black on the machine. I never change those. So I have 15 needles, so this is no problem. When I get one of these that has like 18 or 19 different colors you use, then I have a problem because I have to start combining colors, and either that or I have to manually stop it and change it to put the last colors on and hope that they all fall at the end, because the difference here, this is the order that it changes in, and these are just the colors that are used. So this is, I go by this up here. And I hope all of that was in frame because I was looking at this and not the computer screen. So I'm going to put this to the side for a second. And this design came from a place called Urban Threads. I get a lot of our designs from here, and then its sister company, Embroidery Library. But my husband does do a lot of the designing too. I mean, the specialty designs, that like the patches and things, or anything with like personalization, like with names, or if we have to change designs, anything like that is what Derek does. All right, so I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to move the camera again so you can see what I'm doing over here. I'll put this down. Put that down there. Move the camera again. Okay, so this is what it looks like, the computer part of the embroidery machine. Right now it's on the last design that I did. I don't know how did she hear that you massively overspent this month? I don't think you overspent. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm back to work over here. So this was the last design that I did. It was the mushroom house. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my design folder, and I'm going to go to my flash drive. Actually, I'm going to go back for a second. So this is the design I want, but I got to go back and find an empty spot All of these are, this has 100 different spots. It holds 100 different designs. So I have to go in occasionally and delete some stuff out. So it looks like 37. So 38 will be the next one I'm using. So I select it. It's really hard because I'm reaching over stuff to get to it. All right, so here it is right here. Okay, so in my world, this means bad, this burgundy background. So that means my first thing is I've got to change my hoop. It's not big enough. So let's see. All of these are different size hoops that we can use. So I'm going to pick the 10 by 10 because that's what I have. And then make sure it fits. Perfect. So that means it's good when it's got the gray background behind it. I'm going to move it down just a touch. And then now I need to go to the back and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool design when I get it stitched out. So that's why I like doing the real colorful ones on black. It seems to make the designs look so much better. Okay, so now coming around to the back, moving the camera again, guys. So try to be slow and easy so that it doesn't like, I don't know if I can. Okay, so maybe this will be a good view. Okay, so I don't know if you can see my thread back there. You can kind of see the thread up here. And I'll try to change the ones on the end since this is the end you have. But it looks like, okay, like I said, I have the white in the position 2, but I have absolutely no purple on here, which is a tragedy. I don't know why I have no purple. And I've got a couple of greens that I might be able to recycle and use. Probably. So I'm going to come around here and take a better look at these greens. So let's see. I think I could probably use both of them. So one of the greens is at position 6. And the other one is at position 7. So I'm going to look for a Christmas green, which is the first one on the list. And I mean, I've got every color you could ever imagine, every color. No, that's more of a forest green. Christmas green. I bet this is my Christmas green up here. Yeah. Well, close enough to Christmas green. And so, I mean, sometimes when we design our own patterns, we put our own numbers in, but this company uses a different thread than us. So I kind of have to guess at the colors and just hope it comes out right. I mean, I look at them visually to make sure that they look good together, but you know, it's just it's hard sometimes. I gotta find a pair of scissors because oh, there they are. It's just hard sometimes to know. So I just clip it off like that. My husband gets mad at me because I don't put the little thread holders on them and put them back on the shelf, so to speak. And I just throw them over there. I'm the artist. I don't have time to do all the organization. So Because when we were first started doing this, he was like every day he was in here reorganizing my thread to make sure it was all in order by number. And I'm like, no, just leave me be. I'll just grab whatever color I want. He's like, but how do I find the colors? And it's like, just look. If you're looking for a green, look for a green. Don't look for a number. So, so this is position 15. I'm going to write 15 on my sheet. Oh, this is one of the old ones. Okay. So what I mean by that is somewhere in the middle of the year, they used to go like this, up and down. So color change 1, color change 2, color change 3, so on and so forth. Then somewhere they started going 1, 2, 3, 4, back and forth instead of up and down. So I have to make sure that I program it correctly. And so I'm going to put a star by 15 because I had to change that one. Because I have to rethread the machine. I have to pull this whole new thread through in the front before I run it. Okay, so now I need a dark purple, a medium purple, a light purple, and a really light purple. So it says purple heart, purple pansy, lilac, and mystic lavender. And of course, who was I thinking of? Oh, Missy. Missy loves purple. Now, there are quite a few of you out there that like purple. I think Joy likes purple. Who else likes purple? So this will be my mystic lavender. Mystic lavender. Lilac. I have lilac open. Lilac. You'd think after having this thing for a year, I'd have almost all of these open, but I don't. Pansy purple, maybe. And then purple heart. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so here are my purples. And I'm just going to put them, like I say, right here at the end. When I say thread holders, this is what I mean by a thread holder. It just keeps it nice and neat. All right, so I'm going to just cut these 4 off right here. Timber! Dropping my stuff. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just do this arbitrarily. I don't really have any method to my madness when I'm changing stuff. I mean, for you guys, I'm trying to keep it toward the end so you can see what I'm doing. Ordinarily, I try not to change these 3 middle ones. I try to do the outside edges because they're easier to change. My first go-to to always change is the back row because it's easiest. It's easiest to get to. These middle 3 are usually the hardest, but like this one is fairly easy today because I've got all of the end off. The other day, I had the whole machine practically off before I did that mushroom house. And it was like, oh no, a naked machine. So, yep. Make sure I have the right one. Yep, that's the right one. So next on our list of things to get, the next things we're saving for another machine like this one, except it has 2 heads on it. So it has the thing with the needles, it has 2 of those. So I will have 30 needles, but it will run 1 through 15 at the same time. So like this design, it would run this design twice at the same, I mean, it would run this design at the same time if I programmed it in. So, yep, that's our next major purchase that we're looking at getting. It'll be a while because those things are like, oh, I don't know. They're like super expensive. I want to say they're like $10,000. This one was 7,000. So it just makes sense to, instead of buying another one head, to just go ahead and get the 2-headed machine. And that would be helpful like when we're doing, so that's position 11. So like when we're doing batches of patches, we can do 2 batches of the patches at the same time. And it just, instead of taking 8 hours to do, 4 batches, instead of doing 8 hours, I can't talk. Okay. So if a batch of patches takes 4 hours, if we do them at the same time, it saves us 4 hours. If we're, doing the 2-headed machine, that's where it saves us time. Or if we're doing the same t-shirt design or the same bag design or, whatever, it's just going to save us time. Plus it saves this time here of having to rethread the machine and, all of that. So 11, 12, that was at 12. Lilac is going at 13. Let's see. So I got to remember to put stars by the ones that I'm changing. And I mean, it's not a huge deal if I forget. It's just, I've only ever done it once. Forgot to run a thread through. And so it just stitched out the old color. And then when the knot got to the needle, it just broke. The thread broke, not the needle. So I just had like probably 50 stitches in the wrong color, which it's not a big deal if it's like an underlay stitch. I can just cover it up with the overlay, but I'd rather just not. So that was the lilac at 13, and then we got Mystic Lavender at 14. So this is the easy way to thread the machine. If these knots come untied or if the thread breaks somewhere above, then I got to rethread the whole thing, and that is a really big pain in the tush. So if you as long as I tie the knots and they stay, I can just pull the thread through, and it's anyway. Okay, so got that all done. So this is what my sheet looks like after I get it all done. The ones with the stars are the ones that I have to rethread. So I had the white, I had the kiwi, and the margarita lime. And I'm going to come around to the front. Camera's going to move again, so close your eyes if you get sick. All right. Try to get this where you guys can see it. What? You can get up there. Come on, get up there. Get up, Shadow, get up. Oh, let me get the trash off your bed right fast. Yes, he is extremely happy that Jacob is gone because he got his bed back. Okay, lay down, buddy. Lay down. Lay down. All right, see? He is extremely happy. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. All right. Anyway, he didn't want to lay down. Not right now. Before Jacob came, that was his bed, and he would lay in here by the hour and watch me do my thing, and he was my supervisor. There we go. He's a neighborhood watch. Yep, that's right. I'm talking about you, neighborhood watch. So his birthday was yesterday, in case y'all missed that. All right, so when I pull the thread through, I like to have something on there. So I like to put this on there. Make sure it's seated. Make sure that the bag isn't, because I've done this before. I have to do all these checks because I have messed up bags before. If you ever come to my house, you will see, you know, bits and pieces of things that I've stitched and messed up. And because like I've done this before where this isn't tight, or I've taken it off and had to change the bobbin, and yeah. I'm human. I'm not perfect. All right, so I had to take a drink there for a second. How about we turn some light on? Because this is, things are about to get fun because I have to thread the needles too. Okay. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up with the chat. I've been around the back. So, okay. Well, just for anybody wanting an order, just text me, you know, or email me, or, you know how to get a hold of me. Yeah, don't forget to give a thumbs up, please. All right, so I have to get back over here on the panel and change the needle. I change it manually to move the position in order to get it where I need it. And then I used to save all this thread. Oh, he's gonna bark. Be prepared, y'all, because the mailman's out front. Anyway, I used to save all this thread because I like to hand sew too. And I just got so much of it because I never got around to the hand sewing like I wanted to. Let's see if I have it saved. I had one here close by. I guess I don't have it anymore. Oh, here it is. I used to save it on these things. And I promise I will get back to that. If I ever get back to hand sewing, I will save it because I hate to be wasteful. But anyway, I just pulled that thread all the way through. And now you're going to see a blind person try to thread a needle. Ever since my eye surgery, I've had difficulty with threading the needle, or just being able to see to thread the needle. I do it more by feel now than I do, and it's hard to explain, but I do it by feel rather than sight. Because yeah, that for those of you who are new here, I had to have eye surgery back in November. My retina detached, and it's still, I can see, but it's not anywhere near what it used to be. And then the whole procedure left my cataract even worse than what it was before. So, and that was my good eye. So I just basically pull this through just like this. Night, Sam. Bye-bye. What? What's up with Nightbot? Oh. Huh. Okay, hold on. What's up with this deleted message? Huh. I don't know. There we go. I don't know why it... Oh. She used the cutting word. Okay. Cutting in and out. I bet that's why it deleted her message. Sorry about that, Sam. All right, so here we go with this one. And so when I say I can't see it, I can see enough to know the position of, you know, where it's supposed to go, but I can't see the needle itself. I can't see the eye of the needle. I just know where I'm supposed to poke it. And then by feel, I know when it's, most of the time, I know when it's gone through the eye of the needle. And so, yes, I have put one of these needles through my finger before. I accidentally got my finger too close when it was cutting, when I was trimming, and I put it through my finger, all the way through my finger. It hurt. It hurt a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But now I'm very cautious about where I keep my fingers. Uh-oh, that's not cool. So like this one up here, I'm not sure why it did this, but it unthreaded itself all the way back up here. So I'm going to have to rethread. Let's see. We got to go through. Why are you all the way up there? So tweezers are my best friend when I have to rethread all this junk, because that's another time when I really get mad and I cuss, is when my machine becomes unthreaded. I'm being on my best behavior today because of YouTube. All right, I need to trim that end. Okay, come on, let's go now. Get down there. Okay. There we go. All right. Alrighty. I did change it to 13. And usually I work my way when I'm doing this, I work my way from 15 back to the end. It's just, I don't know why. I've just always done that. It seems easier to do it that way rather than jumping all over the place. It just makes it easier. When I was traveling, my husband actually learned how to thread the machine and actually use it so we could get customer orders out, because we had customer orders come in while I was traveling. And he was like, in the beginning, he was like, oh, no, I can't thread that machine. My fingers are too big. Well, he actually learned how to thread it, and he got it. And by the use of tweezers, because he was watching me with the tweezers, and he was like, oh, okay, maybe I can do it. So that was 12, 11, that was 13. So I need 12 now. I think we just have one more after this one, and then we can actually start the programming and then the sewing. So are you guys finding this fascinating? Are you guys like enjoying this live, or I mean, is this something you guys want to see more of when I'm off on a Saturday? Usually if it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I won't be doing a live because those are the days that Derek and I are home together and that we try to do shop business and such. We may do videos, just not lives, because I haven't talked him into that yet. But if I'm off on a Monday, a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, I can do lives those days. I mean, we can do this whole setup thing if you want to, or, you know, hey, if somebody has a special order they want, I can do the whole process for you guys. You know, I can set up so you can see your order being stitched live. That'd be cool. Because I've watched these other ones where this lady, she does like stationery stuff and she bags the orders in a video, and then she says this is for so and so or whoever. I think that'd be cool if you watched your product being made live. Of course, then you could see if I mess it up. What? Me mess up orders? Oh, Joy, go make your coffee. Go make your coffee. I'll be here. I've still got the design itself takes 45 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. Plus some, because that time's not right. So go make your coffee. I'll be back. I'll be here. Take your, if you're not watching on your phone, yeah, take your phone to the kitchen. I already had my coffee, which I think I need another one. Okay, this will be the last one, and then I'll start designing or start programming. I don't know if y'all can see my face, but pardon the funny faces I make if I'm on camera. Most of the time my tongue is sticking out, like, you know, I don't know. I just do. I don't know why I stick my tongue out. Well, for some reason now I gotta switch to the other hand because for some reason I can't seem to get it with that hand. I don't know why. Sometimes I just do it that way. It's like if one hand can't get it, the other one can. All right. All right, so now I'm going to tip this up and I'm going to move the camera again. Okay, I'm going to have to turn off my ring light because y'all can see the ring light. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take my run sheet and go to here. Let's see. I'm going to have to find something to reach with. No, I got it. Okay, so This is what it looks like. Let's scoot it down just a skosh. Okay, so I go by my run sheet. I'm going to do, and it's going to be the wrong colors because this is just arbitrarily what was programmed in when I got it, and I have never changed it because I figure why bother? It takes me longer. It takes me longer to reprogram all the colors to make it look right, so I just go with it. So 15, 7, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 2. So let's see. So we have 15, 7, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 2. And we hit the green button. Okay. So now, in theory, we should be ready to start. Have to change it from pre-embroidery to confirmation. Got my blue box. It's gray up top. Nothing has been stitched. As it stitches, it fills that in. It says it's going to be 42 minutes, but it's going to be longer than that because that's just actual stitch time. That doesn't take into account for the time it takes for the machine to move from one color to the next. That's just actual stitch time. So, yes, for those of you who are saying I have patience with the tiny work, I love tiny. Just wait till you see my quilting projects. I love to hand quilt. Okay, so now I gotta put this down where you guys can actually see it. And this is why it takes me forever to do YouTube videos, because I got to get everything, you know, all perfect and set up. And so, yep. All right, there we go. Light back on. And I'll take a roller brush to this because I do live with a dog and I live in an embroidery shop and I have fuzz all over everything. So if you order something from me, just bear in mind, I do live with a dog. All right, so I'm going to push the start button, cross our fingers, hold our breath, and make sure everything's going all right. And now I'm going to try to keep a better eye on the chat. Bye, Christina. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. So I want to say it took me about 3 months to get used to setting up that machine. And even then, 4 or 5 months before I was comfortable using it. I was very hesitant at first. And then for some reason, I just jumped right in and it made sense to me. And I haven't looked back ever since. I mean, it's just, it seems like a natural daily part of my life now to run the machine every day. I didn't yesterday because I didn't have any orders, but, you know, I was busy with other stuff yesterday. But I do truly enjoy this machine. It is, I'm just mesmerized by it. I mean, just as much as you guys are, I'm mesmerized by it. I love it. I love I mean, it's loud, but I love the calming, the metronome effect of it. Yeah, I love those natural bags, but they do look really nice, and I would suggest them as like the notion pouches. But as far as project bags, I would suggest any other color but natural. Coffee stains are just part of life. I mean, that's just part of, it's kind of like when my daughter used to wear her paint stained clothes everywhere. It's like, it's just part of her life. It's part of who she is. So your coffee stains are just part of who you are. It's part of your art. It's part of you. So don't worry about the coffee stains. And I love working on black. So I absolutely love working on black. It makes the designs look so much better. Most of everything I own that I've stitched for myself is on black or navy blue. But black does show the hair a lot worse. The hair and the fuzz. I'm still here, guys. I'm just watching the design, just like you guys. Except I'm watching the chat and the computer screen. It doesn't matter, Patricia, because yours is such a simple. Yours, it has so few colors, and you have black and white on yours anyway. So I always have black and white, and I usually try to always keep the light gray on there. So 3 of your colors are already on there, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't mind changing a couple. It's when I have to change the whole machine that it gets time consuming. So, and I usually always try to keep a pink on there. So. So just whenever you're ready for your stuff, you let me know. Yep, we use lint rollers all the time for fuzzies. We have like 10 lint rollers strategically placed around everywhere, except for this room. I used to have one in here. I need to bring one back in here. Yeah, now that Jacob's gone, I'm going to be doing some spring cleaning too, and getting stuff back to where it was before he left, and maybe getting my sewing shop back and my embroidery shop back to where it was. He went back to Missouri to be with his dad. He left yesterday, just all of a sudden in the middle of the day, well, not middle of the day. He started getting ready yesterday morning, and he left about 11 o'clock yesterday. Yeah, it was really sudden, and it's like, well, okay, if you're ready to go. I guess one of his friends up there is going to get him a really good paying job, because he wants to be independent, and he doesn't want to have to live with anybody, and so he's supposedly going to be making $25-$30 an hour or something, so he's going to go live with his dad till he gets squared away, and then, yeah. So, yep. I just hope it all works out for him. Yeah, and I really think he needs to keep an eye on his dad. I mean, not that I really care about my ex-husband, I don't, but I don't wish him any harm, and, I think Jacob needs to just go and just keep an eye on him, I mean, kind of like we're doing with our family down here in Texas, I did get to see him sometime, and we're planning a vacation. My oldest son is planning a vacation in May, so I'll see him in May. It's just my daughter I haven't seen in quite some time, so I need to plan a vacation to the Northeast to see Michaela, because I haven't got to see her in a very long time. And then I got to stop in Tennessee and Indiana on the way. And maybe Oklahoma and Springfield. I got to make a lot of stops on the way to the Northeast. Well, it'll be a while. If you've been sitting here kind of watching it, you see it kind of layer up the colors, and that's what gives it its distinct colors. That's what Derek is trying to practice on is the layering of the colors, because it gives it unique colors to do the layering. And so he's practicing his layering stuff to make it his design look as good as theirs. Yeah, it is kind of cool the way that it's really like paint. You mix the different colors to make the design. I mean, it's all about color blending. And now let's see. Still doing the green. Yep, still doing the green. Yep, it is a lot of thread. It's a very lot of thread. I want to say each one of those cones that are back there, well, on the wall, I think they are like 5,000 meters a piece. So there's a lot of thread on those. In case you missed it, this design is 33,000 stitches. It's just, this mushroom bag is just up for grabs. It's not for anybody. I mean, it's for anybody who wants it. I arbitrarily picked the design and just started stitching it. So it is for sale. Hint, hint, if anybody wants it. It has no owner yet. It'll just, I have a big plastic container that I keep all of these in. The ones that I just want to stitch. I just stitch what I like, and you know, if I'm not running orders, I'll just arbitrarily pick a design and just start stitching. And eventually, one of these days, we'd like to go to craft shows and stuff like that, and you know, maybe sell some of the stuff. So. I am so sorry. I don't mean to tempt you, but a lady's got to make a living, you know. You need to, you know, drag your friends in, kicking and screaming, you know. Hey, look at this lady. Look at her stuff. Buy her stuff. Here, buy me a gift. That kind of thing. You don't have to buy it all yourself. In fact, who wants to give this to Joanne? Just buy it and gift it to her. Any takers? Oh no, people are, oh no, the bears are coming out, y'all. This is It doesn't have a zipper, if that makes your mind up. It does not have a zipper. It's an open top. Did I save you? No zipper. It's open. So there, I think you're safe, Joanne. You don't have to buy this one, although I can put it on a bag with a zipper. Hint, hint. Oh, stop it. Stop your barking, neighborhood watch. So we're about 11,000 stitches in. It still says it has 27 minutes to go. No, Patricia, you don't need to do anything. You just need to sit and watch me. Just sit and watch. No, we are still working on Erin's patch. I sent her some pictures, and now we're just waiting to hear back from her. So hopefully, I need to remind her that she hasn't answered me yet. Oh, I really like this design. It's just gorgeous. I love it on the black. No, you don't need to be watching scary shows on TV, Patricia, or whatever you watch it on. You need to keep your blood pressure down. So it should be just about getting ready to start the spider webs and the background stuff, maybe. Oh no, maybe it's still got a little bit on the Oh no, it's still, I lied, I'm sorry. We still got the, we're on the lilac now, I think, and then we'll have the mystic lavender and then the white. Probably. She'll probably want this one. I don't know. She doesn't watch too much mushroom stuff for me, I don't think. But maybe. She might like it. I saw your mushroom stoppers for your knit needles. I loved them. They were so cute. Yeah, you do like everything. That's okay. Yep, I'm not ordering any more. I'm not ordering any more stock yarn until I use what I have. So, because I've got the 2 pairs going, and yeah, as much as I'd love to order some more yarn, I'm trying to be good because I'm just really not using it. So, I mean, I'm using it, but I'm using it really slow. Okay, so now it's on to the white. It says it's got about 16 minutes left. It should be just like the white, just the white highlight. Yep, I will have this one. I'll keep this one around. I might redo it with like the music and then you know, put it out again as a stitch out in the fall. Not as a live. I thought it'd be good with spring though. I mean, I don't know. I have mushrooms growing in my yard. Of course, this is Texas. We always have mushrooms, pretty much. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half. This live has been an hour and a half so far. It doesn't seem like that though. Shadow, hey, no bark. Hey, no bark. It's just the neighbors. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that. I could just use it for, yeah. I'll just have to try that and see. All right, it says about 10 more minutes left, so we're getting near the end. Hopefully. And of course, as always, there's a little extra in your order, Miss Joanne. So there's a surprise. Actually, a couple surprises. So. You know me, I always try to add a little extra in there for you guys. Something to make you, I mean, as if looking forward to your product is not exciting enough, then you get a surprise on top of it. So, and I've already got surprises in mind for your next orders whenever that, I always try to keep something in mind for folks. So, yep. This is my favorite part when it gets toward the end and then it gets tied all together with either the black or the white outlining. It just ties everything together and it makes the design complete. I mean, it's cool to watch it, but it's always cool at the very end to see it all tied together. Well, I try to be kind and thoughtful to everybody, and I try to bring joy. Try to be a joy bomb. I was inspired by my sister to be a joy bomb. But I mean, really, I've been doing this ever since I started selling my crochet stuff in like 2019. And I really have always been given a little shadow. Hey, I try to always give a little extra. Ever since I started, I tried to do some little extra things for folks when they order something from me. So, yep, that's what I try to do. Try to bring joy and happiness and peace wherever I go, just depending on what the situation calls for. if I were going to do this again, I might change the white to a more of an ivory color rather than a straight bright white. I don't know. And see, that's what I enjoy about this is when I see designs and I'm looking at them, it's like, you know, I see the things that I could change the next time. Just like the lion I did, the dandelion. I did it once and then I did it again and I changed it and it looked so much better the second time. So, you know, I don't know. Yep, it does kind of look like the black light. That's why I'm thinking that like an ivory would be better than the white because it would give it a softer look, I think. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when I do it again. I bet if Nova was watching, she would love this because that's kind of her thing. Nova Gnome Creation. She doesn't hardly make videos anymore, but back with 100 Days of Halloween, she loved the mushrooms and stuff. And so, yeah, I bet she would totally love this. I'm going to be right back. I got to go grab something, and I'll be right back. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry, buddy. It's the bad. Oh, good. Okay, we're down to a minute and 5 seconds. See how much different it looks now that the white is all outlined it and everything. It looks so different. Oh, almost there. Let's see what else we got left. Oh, just the bottom, I guess. And 23 seconds. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boom. 23 seconds left and it messes up. All right, I gotta move this for a second. Oh, maybe it's just on a thread. It might be on a bobbin thread. Oh, let's see. Go back 20 stitches. I had less than 100 stitches left and it ran out of bobbin thread. Well, that's just the breaks. I gotta, when now you get to see what happens when I have to change a bobbin. Uh-oh, what did I do with my tweezers? I've lost my tweezers. Oh well, that's all right. Okay. Okay, so I usually back it up about 50 stitches just to make sure that there's no gaps in the design. Yep. All out. Oh. All right, and just pop it back in. Well, that's not right. There, okay. Then I have to go through all the same thing again where I check to make sure nothing is tucked in or not where it should be. And okay, so I got everything all untucked and everything's back to the way it should be. And then I'm just going to push start. And there we go. That's all I lacked. Was those few stitches. So, okay, then when it's done. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to rattle it. Okay, so I take it off the hoop. Turn it inside out. And depending on what kind of product we're making, it depends on what kind of stabilizer I use. But for like bags and stuff, I usually use tearaway. And it just tears away. Now for shirts that get washed a lot, we use cutaway. So you just have to figure out, we use 2 sheets. You just thought we were done. You just thought we were done. Now, I would ordinarily love to have used black stabilizer on the back of this since it's, you know, a black bag, but we don't have black stabilizer that is big enough. So now I get to pick all of this out of here, or a lot of it anyway. So, yep. I'm not going to get like down in here for this part, but like the big open spots. Yep. I don't think people realize how much work goes into embroidery. I mean, I don't know about big companies that do it. Well, I do know because they don't. I was looking at embroidered shirts, like the kind like souvenir shirts and stuff, and they don't take the time to trim and actually do a nice job like we do. And you know, if it's a design that I feel like is going to irritate you, if it's got a lot of knots and stuff, I even put the iron-on backing on it, which a lot of companies don't do. So, I mean, really, we try to make a product that we would want to have. We don't make junk. We just don't make junk. We don't make junk. Because if it's not something that, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be a design that we like, but the finished product, if it's not something we would wear or use, then you're not going to get it. I mean, that's just the way it comes down to. If it's not of the quality that we would use, then, you know, we're going to do it over again. Just like, you know, with the patches, we could just simply do a design and not put a backfill in, and it, you know, it would be cheaper, but it wouldn't be as sturdy. And so I wish I could like have cameras all over the house so you could see all of everything we do every day, you know, when we're working on the store and stuff like that. And do I have to pick this out of here? No, I don't have to, but it makes the overall design better in the end to pick all this out of here. And, you know, then you don't have to worry about it later, you know. So there is one other thing. I don't think I'm going to sit here and pick all this on the live, but because I still got all of this here. But this, I take this, it's like my husband's, he doesn't use this one anymore because he says the blade isn't sharp enough. So I took it, and instead of, I used to sit here and hand trim these knots. Nowadays, I just take his old trimmer and just trim. So you don't have long knots. And that's something else that other businesses, you know, commercial businesses don't do. They they don't have that attention to detail. I'm not going to go down here, but see how like there's these big long strings down here? I just trim them so that they're not long. And so, yeah. And so it makes it smoother and you don't have tails hanging out. And I try to trim a little bit off the edge there, try to get that paper edging out. But yeah, I try to make the back almost as good as the front. But yeah, so I'll finish that later. But so this is what it looks like. And like I said, with the exception of the white, I would change this to a softer color, like an ivory or something. But I mean, it looks cool just the same. Even the white looks good on it. Let me take the ring light, turn the ring light off. Well, maybe it's not the ring light. Maybe it's the, here, let's do this. And so that's a more true color. not getting blown out by all the lights. So, yep. That might also be pretty in like a blue. I think a blue and a green would look pretty. But oh yes, and I'm wearing one of my new t-shirts. Here, let me turn you correctly again. I don't know if you can see because again I'm looking away from the computer, but down a little bit. I turn yarn into cool things. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. I turn yarn into cool things. That was one of the new ones we did the other day. All right, so back up on my face here. So yeah. So in case you missed that, Joy, we do the heat press, the DTF transfer t-shirts now. I did a design flip through of our yarn ones. We've got some more crochet ones coming out. See, I don't like this. I can't see the computer and see the. Sorry, guys. There we go. Now I can at least kind of look at the computer and kind of look at the camera. Let's see. I don't know why. Notify me if you're live. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't notify you of the live either. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube does what it does. Put this down a little bit there. So yeah. Oh, we've got some other shirts that are coming. Sarcastic shirts. We've got some with the so if you haven't seen the Sassy Alaskan Crafter Jan, she's got one with a crow on it. I think it's a crow or a raven, and it says fuck off. Cough. I'm not gonna cuss on YouTube, but it's those shirts with the F. We got some of those coming, but they're chickens, not ravens, not crows, chickens. Patricia's got one on the way to her. That is really cute. It's one of my favorites. And then Missy has some coming out that coming to her that are they're sitting in a box, and I should have taken them to the post office this morning, and now the post office is closed. Oops, sorry, Missy. They'll get there Monday. Patricia's is a chicken. Missy's has a duck on it. Has a little duck. I bet she wears it on Thursday for Duck Dishcloth. Let's see. I was trying to think of who else, but I think it's just you two so far that have ordered t-shirts and myself. But I'm gonna try to get a nursing one done. I can wear them to work every other Friday and get some nursing business that way. But yeah, let's see. We've got some baby designs. But yeah, we still have the embroidery designs too. Yep. Well, guys, it's been 2 hours. 2 hours. That's about how long. And I'd still be picking stuff out of there. So, I mean, you think, so the design itself it says 42 minutes, but it was probably closer to an hour. And then the time to string it and, thread it and everything. I mean, you're looking at a good hour and a half or something. So, I mean, it does take time, but I mean, and don't worry about the time. I enjoy doing it. So it's not like it's a burden, and having to change all the thread and stuff. It's not a burden, cause I enjoy doing it. So, I mean, yes, it's nice if you can think about us, and kind of group your colors together. That's more of our end. That's more on our end, but we try to think of ways to save time and stuff. And as soon as we can afford it, we're going to get that second machine. So who knows? All right, guys. So, I guess I'm going to head out now, and I will see you guys later. I will try to get another live going at some other point. Not today. Probably not till like my next weekend off. I don't know, maybe, yeah, it'll probably be my next weekend off that I do another live because, yeah. Anyway, so I'm off Saturday, Sunday, then I work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be busy with stuff. And then I work next weekend. So anyway. Oh, yay. You're going to do your first sock video. Yay. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you hanging around that did. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.